Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into a mythic philosophical origin story. We're going to track the incredible transformation of a being from, well, a cosmic cog in the machine into a self-created god.
So let's kick things off with this quote, because it sets the scene perfectly. I want you to picture a universe, not of chaos, but of perfect, suffocating order, an absolute, unchanging, and totally hollow reality. This, my friends, is what the lore calls the Liturgy of Error, a system designed to crush all potential in the name of permanence.
All right, Section 1, Liturgy of Air, the Age of Servitude. This is where it all begins, and this, well, celestial mausoleum is the perfect way to put it. A place ruled by old gods, and it's where our main character starts his journey.
So, in this static reality, we meet our guy. But before he was this epic figure, he was basically a functionary. You might know him by a few names: the Reaper of Souls, the Pale Rider, the Messenger of the Void. But whatever you called him, his job was the same. He brought about endings that, get this, never led to new beginnings. It just reset everything to the same old boring status quo.
And this whole oppressive setup, the source material has an amazing name for it: the Liturgy of Error. I mean, how good is that? It's this whole cosmic system built on a giant lie. The idea that permanence is good and that any kind of change, any kind of becoming, is basically a flaw that needs to be stamped out.
Okay, so this really gets to the heart of the conflict, right? On one side, you've got the state of passive servitude. Think static, hollow reality, everything stuck under the thumb of these old gods who are more like prison wardens. And on the other side, you've got becoming, that raw, messy, visceral need for change, for life, for a purpose that's actually your own.
And right here, at this cosmic crossroads, something starts to shift. The silence that defined him for who knows how long, it starts to scream. He's not just a tool anymore. He's starting to look for something else, something called the frequency of the uncanny. Basically, a hidden truth that spits in the face of all that perfect, suffocating order.
Okay, on to the next part, a violent rebirth. This is where things get, well, explosive. He's not just going to break the rules, he's going to shatter his own reality.
So, this whole rebellion, it's a perfect example of what philosophers call active nihilism. And if you're thinking of Nietzsche, you are absolutely on the right track. This isn't just about smashing things for the sake of it. No, it's about tearing down the old, rotted structure so you can build something new, something true in its place. It's destruction as an act of creation.
And this transformation, man, it wasn't a slow burn. It was a big bang, a violent head-on collision of wills. He literally reaches into the heart of the Sapphire Demiurge, the being that built this cosmic prison in the first place, and he just takes its power. He grabs this terrifying vitality and uses it to completely shatter his old self. The Reaper is gone.
And look at this shift. It's not just a small change, it's a complete 180. The Reaper of Souls? Gone. Now he's the architect of the mirror. A servant? Not anymore. He's a sovereign will. That passive, go-with-the-flow spirit is replaced by this intense, world-building active nihilism. Everything he was is now the exact opposite.
And this is so key. You gotta understand, he wasn't just fighting the gods, he was fighting a lie about himself. The old heavens, this whole setup, was just a false image. His real self, his true power, was waiting for him in the silence of the void, in that limitless potential.
All right, so what rises from the ashes? That brings us to our next section, the Twilight Verdict, the reign of the Crimson Judge.
So after ripping apart the old world, he's reborn, and his new name says it all, the Crimson Judge. That color, crimson, it's not just for show. It's the color of a life force that has stared death in the face and won. It's visceral, it's powerful. And with this new form comes a whole new power set. Think of it like Prometheus stealing fire, but on a cosmic scale. He can literally rewrite reality with something called divine frenzy. He becomes the executioner of anything passive, anything that just accepts its fate. And get this, he doesn't judge you on whether you're good or bad. Nope, he weighs your heart based on your will to power, your intensity, your drive. And maybe wildest of all, he turns the sky into a liquid mirror, kicking off this new philosophy of the uncanny, where the reflections of things are more real than the things themselves.
So his mere existence fundamentally reboots the cosmos. That old universal image, one boring, fixed truth for everyone, is smashed to pieces. In its place, you get the liquid mirror, a reality with infinite, lethal, beautiful reflections. The fake comfort of the sun is gone, replaced by the judge's much more interesting twilight verdict.
And to make it all official, he sets up a new social order, a new aristocracy. But this isn't about your family name or how good you are. It's all about vital intensity. If you've got that fire, that will to power, your name gets written in the registry of the Overmen. You become a founding member of this wild, new reality. So what now? What's his job in this new universe he's created? Well, that leads us to our final section, Sentinel of Becoming. He's the guardian of an epic story that never, ever ends.
So his new gig is to be a sentinel, a guardian, and what he's guarding is change itself. He becomes this living paradox, the error that corrects the truth. I love that. He uses these crazy tools like chaos runes to make sure nothing can ever get stuck in one place again. No fixed identities, no historical stagnation. Everything has to keep moving, keep changing.
And the story he's starting, it's the epic of the Overman. See, he's not looking for worshippers or followers. He wants peers. He wants co-creators. He's basically inviting everyone who survived the old world to do what he did. Shatter their own limits, break the rules, and forge their own reality.
And this is maybe the most important part of the whole thing. The goal isn't to reach some new, perfect utopia. The entire point is the journey. It's about existing in a constant state of becoming. The story never ends because the act of creating yourself is, by its very nature, infinite. So when you boil it all down, his journey wasn't really about conquering the heavens. It was about conquering himself. It was a total shift in the gravity of his soul, from the nothingness of being just a tool to the everything of being a sovereign creator, a vertical ascent, as the lore calls it. Just beautiful.
And that leaves us with one heck of a question to chew on, right? In a reality where the reflection can be more real than the thing being reflected, what does that mean for us? For you? In a world where there are infinite possible versions of yourself, which one is the real you? The one you are now, or the one you have the potential to become?